Witches. So today I really want to put out a message for any of my witches who are in the broom closet, who may not be able to practice as openly as they would like, because I have definitely been in your shoes before, and I feel like this needs to be like reminded to people, and I want this to be just a positive space for everybody. And I sometimes get messages where it's like, oh, I'm in the broom closet, that makes me so sad, and I totally understand. As always, please keep your safety first. I don't want anybody practicing out in the open if that is something that can get you physically hurt or otherwise hurt emotionally, however, so just be always safety first, and if you can't practice openly, don't worry about it. This is the video for you to remind you that it's okay. One of the things that I noticed being a solitary witch who really couldn't interact with other witchy communities is that I developed a very personal tie to my practice where it wasn't really influenced by a lot of outside thought, and that for me really helped, I guess, prove to myself that I was capable of things beyond my wildest imagination. I proved to myself that I could independently study and learn something and master something, which I guess, independently as in I didn't have a teacher sitting me and walking me through everything. I did everything myself, all of the trial and error, oh my goodness. And that really just kind of proved to me my own personal power and what my own will can do, and what it means to enforce your will or manifest your will. So I find that, having a solitary practice really helped me with that and really just gave me a sense of confidence when it came to my magic. And that's kind of how I have been able to talk about it so openly and so freely online. Now, there are some practitioners out there who actually subscribe to the belief, and I'm not knocking this, you are 100% okay to believe this, and I think that's valid, but they don't like to share pictures of their altars or their workings. Now, to an extent, I feel that for myself as well. I don't share every spell that I do. You are under no obligation to tell anybody about what you're practicing ever, and if someone is forcing you to disclose that, or perhaps a coven is forcing you to disclose that, maybe reevaluate your membership to that group, because I feel like that's just kind of that kind of crosses a line for me. That's a red flag for me. I don't know, I might be wrong on that, but I think having your own practice and really developing that solitary practice, and even keeping it kind of to yourself and not really exposing it too much, really gives you a space that you for sure know is a space free of judgment. Another thing that I think is very important, and something that is very powerful about not talking about your practice, is that it doesn't really give anybody else a look into your protective magics. So that's why I don't really talk a whole lot about all of the protections that I have in place. I do mention a couple of them that are pretty simple, but I have a lot of protections in place around my home that I don't want to talk about because it's very personal to me. I'm not saying any of that to scare people, because I don't want people just to go about thinking, oh, there's random witches who are going to hex me, because that's not usually the case, though witch talk is crazy. So I just recommend that, there are certain things that I don't talk about with other witches. Up until last week, I didn't really talk a whole lot about all of my shadow work that I was doing or anything like that, and I don't really disclose a whole lot of my own personal tarot readings. So there are definitely things that I keep to myself, and I think that is really valid, and I think it's actually very healthy for a witch to do. So to any witches who may have to practice in secret or are not able to be as open or as elaborate with your practice as you would like to be, I hope this kind of zooms you out of the the situation. I hope this kind of helps you refocus a little bit, and hopefully you can start to see some of the benefits of not necessarily talking all about your witchy practice 100% of the time. I know it's really tempting, and I know it's really fun to have curated, beautiful Instagram feeds and stuff. Maybe that's just me, I don't know. But I hope you guys know that your practice is valid. I hope I have drilled that into your head enough, and I'm really proud of you for all of the work you've done. And yeah, I'm gonna stop talking now. Oh my gosh, I'll see you guys later. Bye.